Yo everyone, what's going on? Couriway here, and today I have a different speedrun for you guys. This is a 1.14, 22 minutes, 58 seconds speedrun. Could have been significantly faster. Could have been like a top 3 run, but I screwed up the end very badly, and you'll see that. But I've been grinding 1.14 for the past couple of days, ever since I got my 1.16 PB. By the way, I'll say this in the beginning. A lot of people have been skeptical if that run's like, legit or not, because it was done quote unquote offline or off stream. In the description of this video, I'll put a live stream link to the run that I did of the 1928 run and this run as well. So just to prove that these were done on live stream. Since I can't stream right now, or like stream on Twitch right now, I've been doing like streaming unlisted on YouTube just to make sure the runs still count and everything. So if anyone is curious about the validity, I'll put the timestamps of that in the description. Anyway, for this 1.14 run, one other thing. I didn't realize this on the layout, but my timer's kind of scuffed because I added another like layout-y thing. So you can see like there's kind of like words just below the webcam. So my bad on that. I didn't even realize that until right now. But anyway, with that stuff out of the way, this run starts out pretty normal. I see a desert village, so I just start running toward that, and then I see a lava pool on the way too. So I'm like, well, I'll hit this village and then go to that lava pool. So that ended up working out pretty well. That's what I end up doing. And then I think I see a temple in the distance here, or I think I see it when I get to the village, but I see a temple to the right. But I want to kind of talk about just my experience in 1.14 so far, because I haven't really, there's the temple. So I never ran it on stream before, and I haven't really tried it before. After my sub 20 run, I wanted to really grind this once I got a run in 1.16 that I was happy with, and I finally did. So I've been spending my time on this, and I know people kind of like to say that 1.16 is like the skill based run, or like 1.16 is more luck, 1.14 is more skill based. Personal opinion / preference on that, since now that I have a top 10 run in both, I think 1.16 is significantly harder and more challenging. I think it's a lot easier to get like a fluke time, just because of the nature of the runs. And obviously, there are parts of it that are extremely luck based. But I honestly there was never a moment through running 1.16 where I was like, wow, this is challenging. Like, I don't mean that to like, slight on anyone that's running it. I mean it in the sense of, to me, it was just like running in a desert simulator. Like I didn't see anything that I thought was super challenging about it. It's kind of just really RNG based in the sense of like, can you cross off the checklist of anything? I think it's definitely more mentally, takes a lot more mental capacity than 1.16. That's for sure. I will definitely admit that. But I think like mechanics / combat / just like general Minecraft knowledge wise, I think 1.16 is a lot harder, mainly because there's so many different ways you can run 1.16, right? You can go villageless. You can, there's different ways that you can get pearls, in the sense of you can kill more endermen than another. You can go with only one trade. There's a lot more combat in the nether because of hoglins and piglins and yada, yada, yada. So you have to manage the nether significantly better. So that's just kind of the reasoning that I have. I'd be curious if you guys have different opinions on that as well, because from what I've heard from really everyone is that 1.14 is a lot like more skill based, but I honestly, I didn't see it that way personally. I thought it was more of just, very checklisty, make sure you do X, Y, and Z and keep going in the run. So now I'm in the nether, and I see a fortress. I'm like, this is a really, really good spawn. And I realize it's 2 fortresses, but I'm obviously going to go to the one that's closer to me. I don't see the blaze spawner here, so I decide to just grab some blocks just in case and try to figure out where it is and figure out where I'm going to go here. So I decide to just I thought about going that way, but I didn't see any other like good parts of the fortress, so I just decided to bridge over here. And I am now on my way to the blaze spawner. I'm curious what my rod luck is on this. I saw that blaze spawner. I was like, ooh, I'll go there. But then I saw the one above me, and I was like, I don't want to drop down that far. I'd rather just stay up here, like kind of on the similar height length, or height-wise, and not go super low for the other blaze spawner. So I go over here, I kill this Wither, and now I'm going to sit this Blaze Spawner for a bit. So the only thing, I think the Blaze Spawner itself can be a bit more challenging in 1.14. I've noticed that you can see right here, this dude just spawns like completely out of the cage. I feel like Blazes, I've had so much worse luck with Blazes in 1.14. Not like in the sense of just dying, but like their spawns are weird. I feel like they shoot faster. The one thing that 1.14 has taught me is I've weaned a lot off of the shield. You know, usually I made a shield because I was able to, because I would always do like COD strats and stuff in 1.16, but in 1.14 COD strats are like non-existent because you can't get wheat fast. Plus you need the villagers to not keep a farmer and a fisherman profession. So yeah, I think it's taught me that. So, but I've never really had experience of dying in the nether. I never really had experiences of, like, I've had close calls for sure. I think I have a close call in this, to be honest, but you know, nothing too crazy. And I also haven't been keeping track of my my blaze rod luck. But this is kind of like what I mean. Like in 1.16, or at least pre Korbanoes' 15-minute run, you know, when you were at a blaze spawner, you kind of just be at a blaze spawner and not really do anything else. But in this one, you know, you're doing the gravel stuff, which is cool. I like that you're doing something else. I guess in 1.16 now, you're going to kind of have to. I thought about like how I was going to hit this guy, and I was like, I'll probably pick up the blaze rod, and I did. But in 1.16 now, you know, new meta is just going to be, if you don't have like gold next to the blaze spawner, or you don't have gold already, you know, reset. By the way, I haven't really talked about, you know, Korbanoes' running anyway. I think it's honestly fantastic for the 1.16 speedrunning like people. I think it shows how much farther down it can go. And whenever I'm able to come back to streaming, which honestly, fingers crossed, actually might be somewhat soon, which would be really great. But I'm super motivated for 1.16. Like, I really think like pushing sub 15 is super interesting. And I think the idea of like really just like hard resetting, going for, you know, these insane nethers, like, you know, 4-minute entry, 4-minute nether. Like, I think that's so cool. And I really want to try something like that. You know, whenever, I'm probably not going to run 1.16 again until I'm able to stream again, just because, you know, I'm happy with my run. And I get 7, so I'm out. I think I went like 7 for like 13 or something. Like, so pretty good, like average, but good. So I was happy. Honestly, like as long as I get like average blaze rod lock drops, like I'm happy. So I'm on insane pace right now. For anyone who's not as familiar with 1.14, this is like pretty insane pace. Leaving the nether after, and I have a temple, and I know there's an acacia village behind the temple, or not an acacia village, sorry. I know there's a savannah just behind the savannah, or I can't speak English. I know there's a savannah behind the temple, so I can look for a village in there, and I have, you know, all I need is the village, and I can start blowing stuff up as soon as I see it. So I realized right about now that this was a pretty good run, and like this could be, you know, this could be really good. And fun fact, my only other PP in this was a 42-minute time that I got on the first day of running 1.14 that didn't use any of these strats. I literally spawned in a village next to a normal forest, and it had a ravine. So I decided to just kind of, and there was first, before I finish this, there was a lava pool on the way to this temple. I didn't see it from the village. If I went to this lava pool instead of the other lava pool, I would have saved myself probably like 30 to 40 seconds. This would have been like top 4, top 5, but it wasn't. So I'm sad. Anyway, I'm still so happy with this run. But you know, I haven't, that was my only PB, the 42-minute and 1-second run. That was my only other PB. Every other thing I had in this, like I felt like I was cursed. You know, I had a decent amount of runs that were like sub 30 pace, you know, like very sub 30able. I had a run that I got in the end at like 23 minutes and then ended up pearling to my death. I missed the ender pearl and fell off the void. I've had so many runs where I got lost in the stronghold. I've had, you know, I've gotten my fair share of 1/3'd. The run actually, not like the world before this one, but like the last good run I had before this one that you're seeing right now got 1/3'd. So you know, I've experienced 1.14. I think the other thing that makes me like 1.16 more than 1.14 is I kind of touched on this before with like the creativity of like, you know, you can go villageless, you can get ender pearls, and in a multitude of different ways. There's a lot of variety. Like no run's the same. You don't have to, you can take any village type. You don't need just Savannah, or you don't need all these like crazy things that you need in 1.14. It's just like, you know, I need, really the only requirement is a fortress, which, you know, granted it's hard to find a fortress, but that's the only real requirement. You know, anything else, you know, for like a sub 30 time, you can do whatever the hell you want. And even for like, you know, I firmly believe like for sub 25, you probably wouldn't have to do a trade if you enter the nether at like 4 minutes and then near a fortress in like an ender forest or whatever they're called, warped forest, I think. You know, you could just kill enderman. You don't even need a trade. So there's a bunch of things that makes me like 1.16 more. 1.14 was just kind of like boring. Like it had its moments for sure. Like I was definitely having fun on this run, but definitely not my cup of tea. I'm probably not going to touch 1.14 until this run gets out of top 10. I'm very happy that this run is top 10. I was honestly just going to go until I got sub 30, and then I got this, so I'm super happy. And I see the village, and this is where I'm like, all right, it's go time. I'm on insane pace. I'm like 800 blocks out. This could be a really crazy run. So I'm super happy. I kind of screw up here a little bit, and you can kind of see my not fully knowledgeableness of 1.14 here. So first off, I think I can sleep already, but I can't. And I also go to the wrong side of this house. I miss my bed. And then I place my bed too close to this building, and then I go to blow up the house, and I'm like, all right, I'll sleep while this is blowing up. And then it wakes me up. So definitely not the smartest, but I was still able to pull through on this run. And again, I'm so happy with this run. I like I said, I'm not a fan of this category. I will not be touching this until this run is out of top 10. And I think for now, I'm either going to take a little bit of a break. I've been really wanting to play Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 because I never played it. I'm a big Fallout fan, if anyone remembers that from my streams. And eventually I really want to do 1.7. I think I will crush 1.7, to be honest. I was really worried about how I do 1.14. I didn't think I'd do as well as I just did. I genuinely think I can get top 5 in 1.7. I really do. So that's probably what I'm going to push for next, but maybe take a little break and play Fallout 4 because, I don't know. If I'm being honest, I feel like I earned it a little bit with this run, so I'm happy. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the run more. It's 11:40 in the run. I'm blowing up houses. I realized kind of at this moment, actually, that there's not as many houses as I would like. I'm not going to use all my TNT here, but the houses that I am able to blow up have a ton of wood in them. Like the smoker houses are so good. The brewing house is fantastic. So I knew, even if there weren't like a bunch of houses, that the ones that I was blowing up were absolutely huge. I had 3 smokers in this village, and smokers might be the best one besides maybe blacksmith and brewing, but a smoker is really, really good. I don't know the full logistics of all that stuff, but I knew at this point, like, again, this pace is really good. I'm really happy with this. Like, this is 100% world record pace. And it was honestly on world record pace going into the end as well, which you'll see soon. But I really don't know what else to talk about besides just this so far. Because again, like I'm not as familiar with these runs, if I'm being fully honest. So like I don't know there's probably like some strategy that like I'm totally missing. I've been trying to do my homework with these runs though. Like every night when I make dinner, I'm watching like a top 10 run, trying to figure out how they do it. I was actually just watching Silius run, which I think was like 12th, because I was like, okay, I know how like top runs work. Like I get the idea. Like you want to blow up a house or two before you fall asleep, but how does like, you know, a 26-minute time work? How does that work? You know, I'm assuming that it's kind of similar in the sense of you know, you're just kind of sleeping at like 12 minutes and you're not able to blow anything up beforehand. But it was kind of very interesting to watch other runs, not just the god runs. So I've been really trying to do my research on this stuff, and I feel like it's paid off with this run. So I'm really happy. And like I said before, now I have 2 top 10 runs, a top 10 and a top 5, which is really cool because even though it's not verified yet, after the Korbanoes run, it'll still be 4th place, I believe. So I'll have 4th and 8th place, which I'm very happy about. I'm very proud of that. And I got a really good villager trade here. So I'm happy that I didn't have to do this multiple times to get arrow and stick because I couldn't find another villager close by. And now I'm kind of like, starting to feel it. Now I'm like, okay, as long as I don't get one-thirded, this is a crazy run. This was honestly my best run I've ever had up to this point. Like I said before, I had a run where I was like in the end at like 23 minutes, but not like, you know, that's not world record pace or anything. Like it's sub 30 pace, and that's kind of what I was really shooting for at this point. So I was ecstatic with this. I got really lucky with the stronghold, which we'll see. So I'm doing the stuff into things, the double shift click lapis stack, and then the 2 glowstone, I believe, is what you're supposed to do there, and that's what I've been doing. So hopefully that is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I got the pearls, and this iron golem is in the way. And at this point, I realized, like, okay, this is it. Like, I cannot screw this up. I need to get this run. Like, I need to do this. So he finally snaps back. I'm like, okay, come here, give me the pearls. I get 6. And now I'm thinking, all right, let's pick up the stuff. Let's get going here. The only thing that kind of sucks about this run, and again, like I mentioned in the end, like this was world record pace going into the end. Honestly, could have been sub 20able, which is insane. Just wow. I just can't believe this run. I honestly can't. This is like a once in 1,000 runs type seed. So he's trying to refresh his trades right now. So while he's refreshing his trades, I'm grabbing beds because that's all I got. I got 3 beds. That is all I got. So here we go. Trade some more. Do more stick things. And I'm very curious here what happens. 1, 2, 3. And I have 5 emeralds for stack and 16. And I had enough sticks to trade again. So spoiler alert. Oh, no, I do. Do I not? Oh, yeah, I just go, don't I? Yeah, I do. Spoiler alert. This run could have been like a minute faster, but I ran out of arrows. And I could have just waited for like a second and waited for him to refresh and got another 16 arrows. And that would have been enough to beat this in like 22 minutes. And been like 3rd place. But whatever. Sometimes it just is like that, you know. Take the L. Kind of sucks that happened, but I choked this end so bad. Like it's very obvious to tell that I have no idea what I'm doing in the end. So I know it's going positive X or like increasing X. So I know I'm pretty close. And I teased about this a bit before, but my strongholds have been awful. Like I've had countless sub 30 potential runs that I just completely get lost in the stronghold. If anyone's familiar with 1.14, I would love to know if strongholds in 1.14 are larger. I feel like they are. I've been having such a hard time navigating in strongholds and also missing my digs. I've missed countless digs too. I don't know what was wrong with me. Anyway, I see an ocean, and at this point, I'm literally like losing my mind. I'm like, all right, this is like unironically world record pace of the strongholds before. And like I said, like my fastest run before this is 42 minutes. That is my fastest completion time before this. I literally cut it in half with this run. So I'm out. I'm in the ocean, 17:30. World record is 21:31. Stronghold is close. It could be potentially world record. If I had enough beds to one cycle, because that's honestly what I was more comfortable with, I feel like it would have world recorded. But I could have got more beds in the desert village, but I was like, I don't need them. Nice one. Nice one, Curry. Good job. So I'm like losing my mind. I at this point, I'm trying to figure out when to throw my next eye. I don't want to miss it underwater, but I also feel like I'd see it at this point. So I really hold off on throwing an eye, which saves me a ton of time. Like my entire thought process here was like, do I want to throw one? Do I want to throw one? Do I want to throw one? And I just decided on holding it off. I think what I decided to do was like, if I got to like an island, I was going to throw it at the island. So that's what I'm waiting on here. I'm just looking. I'm like, please show me it. Like I'm really losing my mind at this point. I'm like, this is actually crazy. Like, how is it this fast? Like, how is this run this fast? This is absolutely insane. So I'm going, and then I believe I see an ocean monument and a boat, and neither of those things are the stronghold. So I'm a little bit upset. And again, like I'm 1,500 blocks out. I'm really, this entire time I was like having this mental battle of, do I throw an eye? Like, do I throw one? And now I see that island. So I'm like, all right, I'll throw a pro when I get to that island. That's my goal. And then I see light, and I'm like, is that the stronghold? I'm like, no way. And it's the portal room. And I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out at this point. That is the portal room, exposed at 19 minutes. World record pace. Unironically. Going into the end. Insane. Actually an insane run. I can't believe how bad I choked this. But this is where you can tell that I am not familiar with 1.14 and what to do. So I come down here. Drop down. Boom. And then I throw the thing. Or I decide not to throw an ender pearl because, like I said before, I had a 23-minute run where I threw an ender pearl into the void. I couldn't really tell where I was going, so I didn't want to throw one. So I decided to just, you know what, I'll take the fall damage and water bucket up. And I don't think it would have made a difference, but, you know, here we are. So, anyway. I missed that first arrow. Awful. Like, so bad. I don't know what I'm trying to aim at with that one. And I'm just starting to go now. Now I'm just like, okay, well, I got to take these out. I don't know if the one cycle thing that people do in 1.16 works in this version as well. Like, look at how many arrows I'm missing. I'm so bad at this. I feel like it does. I, like, tested it one time, but, like, couldn't honestly tell. That one should have hit. I'm so sad that one missed. And that one missed too. I missed so many arrows here. Oh, if I was just a little bit better with my arrows. I missed one there. I hit that one finally. So now I'm like, okay, how many more do I have? I got this one over here. That's 20-minute lag hitting. And I'm trying my best. I really am. I might not look like it, but I'm trying. I'm so bad at this. It's actually so, like, hilarious how awful I am at my end at 1.14 end. I didn't practice it as much because I'm like, you know, you can't really choke it in the sense that you can choke like 1.16 where you just kill the run entirely, but you can sure as hell choke a top 5 time. This could have been top 3 unironically. This could have been top 3, which is just, like, hilarious. I'm like, I missed so many arrow shots here. If I needed to, like, miss 2 less arrows, and this is like 22 minutes, I'm curious. I'll be able to see what time. So now it's you know, now there's no more. So now I'm starting to shoot the dragon at 21:20 real time, which is like basically real time is like 30 seconds ahead. So it's like 21 minutes like right now. To 21 minutes right now. So like if he purchased here and I had enough beds, I could have maybe one cycled him for it, but I didn't have enough beds. So I decided to play it safe. Like I said, like I know this is top 10 at this point. I'm trying to really play it safe. So I decided to go down here, eat some bread, and do a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just do the bed thing. I'm like so terrified. I still have no idea how to do that. I feel like I probably did it wrong. And so now I'm basically just passing world record right now. And I'm shooting. I have no idea how many arrows I have. I missed just a little bit too many shots. I'm very curious. Like I'm kind of waiting to see when I run out of arrows here. Because you'll see. It's painful. It really is. I also don't know if this is a thing too, but apparently, like, is it true, like, you want to shoot the dragon, like, in the head? Because that's what I was trying to do. Like, I was trying to aim at the head hitbox. I don't actually know if that makes a difference on arrows. God. So I'm eating bread. I also kept going back to my 3 slot, which was my shovel. That was really good. That was definitely helping my time. Go into my shovel instead of my bow. Really smart of me. So here we go. You can see just about now I'm going to be out of arrows. I think I have like 2 more. Jesus. I'm so sad at that. And I'm out of arrows after that one, I believe. After this one. I'm out at that. That's when I run out of arrows. So 22:59 and then add 10 seconds to that. Okay. So 22:59. Let's see here. When do I kill the dragon? So now I'm like, I just need you to perch. I can't do anything. I'm like, what do I do? I'm just waiting for the dragon to perch. Okay, it wasn't as much time as I thought. It felt like forever in the moment. It really did. I decided to play it safe, not do the bed thing. And I hit it. It's 22:59, so I lost like 30 seconds here. I lost like 30 seconds almost exactly. 23:29 real time, 22:58. So it could have been 22:28 realistically with me doing anything correctly. What place would that put me on speedrun? That would have been 22:28, let's just say. 22:28 would have been 7th place. So only 1 place difference, but still. Would have been nice. Oh well. Anyway, that's going to do it for this vid. Now I'm just showing that I don't have anything on the Optifine settings. Thank you all so much for watching. I forgot to F3. That was really good of me. but I've F3'd in the run, so hopefully that's fine. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. See y'all soon, hopefully. Peace out.